Hello, Jase here. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make $1,000 as a side hustle. Even if you're really busy and got a day job, okay? This can be done in your spare time as and when you please. Now, the strategy to create simple books to sell on Amazon, which is what I teach people, very, very simple. Anyone could do this. Now, why is it most people don't succeed? It's because all that stuff, how to create the book, that's only like 5% of it. The 95% that makes you succeed in this business goes on in here. And that's what we're going to talk about in this video. We're going to talk about your biggest enemy stopping you from doing this, which is you. Okay. Just for credibility, these are some of my students that have made $1,000 recently in about 30 to 60 days. Okay. Debbie made 1K from her book sales after about, I think it was after like a month. So the following month she did it. Ryan here, he made 1,000 from one book, and again within a few months. These are beginners. They've both got full-time jobs. I know this for a fact because I've spoken to both of them. Both very busy. They're doing this in their spare time. Now, if you think about the book, if you don't know, I show people how to create these simple books that go onto Amazon, and that's you, and that makes you money. And I'm sure if you've seen a few of my videos now, you've seen this, but for the people that haven't seen this, Amazon here, just think there's a barrier. Amazon take care of all the faff, printing, delivery, most importantly, dealing with customers. You just collect royalty. Now, this is why it works for people with full-time jobs and very busy lives like Ryan and Debbie. Because you're just collecting a royalty and you're just dealing with a book. You can pick it up when you want. You can do it when you want. You could just allocate 1 or 2 hours a day or even just a few hours on a weekend, and your business will keep running because Amazon keeps it running for you. Beautiful side hustle if you're very, very busy. Now, so the book's very easy, simple to create. Very simple to create a book that sells. If you have no idea how to do this, I can help you. Just grab my program below. Now, the battle that goes on that actually counts is in your head. Now, let's look at this logically, okay? In order to make money, let's just say your first goal is to make $1,000 in a month. Very, very achievable, conservative, even as a complete beginner. This is a good goal. It's good momentum build as well, because I think once you made your first $1,000 in a month, you kind of have a system to follow. Most people don't get there though. Most people don't do this because they just seen this business as a book. And really, it's not about the book. It's about the customer. It's this guy here. This person, this customer that is buying your book, they're the ones that's going to pay you $1,000 a month. Amazon's not going to pay you $1,000 a month. Your book's not going to pay you $1,000 a month. It's how you take the money from this person. That's what determines how you make $1,000 a month. Now, if you think the book is a vehicle in order to extract that money from this person, because we've got no other way of taking that money from that person. You can't just blatantly go up to them and say, hey, can you give us $5? Okay, they're taking your book, right? The book's the vehicle, whatever book it is, doesn't matter. Okay, this person's got the money. They're on Amazon. They're looking to spend money. They're taking your book. They pick your book amongst all these hundreds and thousands of books, and they send you a bit of money, $5 at a time. But obviously with Amazon, there's a shitload of customers. That $5 comes very, very quick from all these different customers. Okay, so you need to get good at extracting that money. And the vehicle is the book. So logically speaking then, in order to make this $1,000 a month, the logical thing to say is that, one sec, got a bit of hair on my iPad. Here we go. The logical thing to say is if you make a bad book, you're not going to get that money. If you make a good book, you are going to get that money, okay? It's logical, yeah? Good books, take the money. Now, next logical thing. You might be asking, so what's a good book? Now here's the thing, okay? Now we're going to go a bit deep on this. A good book is one that sells. Now, you might be thinking, okay, so what does that mean? Now that's the thing. Most people that do this, they assume they know what a good book is. A good book is one that sells. That's why you see some books on Amazon that look absolutely shit. All they've got is a title and a cover. They've got nothing else going on, but they're making money. That's a good book. And then you see books that are amazing. They look amazing, well presented, everything's there, and they're not making any money. That's a bad book. So a good book is one that sells. Now here lies the problem. How do you know if your book is good if you don't know it's good until it sells? It's like you see where I'm going with this? Right. This is where my system comes into it. This is why my system is so effective. If we say that you only know if your book is good when it sells, then what's the next logical thing to do? In my mind, it's just to keep publishing loads of books until you work out what a good book is. Now, there's loads of variables to this. For example, and this is where most people go wrong. Let's just say you're doing one book for this customer, one book for this customer, one book for this customer. So you're doing a book for mums, book for dads, book for seniors, book for kids. Okay, now you've got all these variables into it. So on top of not knowing what makes a good book, now you've got loads of different customers that in their mind, they have different good books that they want to buy. So it adds too much. Okay, so my system is simple. You find, this is it by the way, this is my whole point of this video. You find one customer, we make sure that customer's got money, and then we just practice publishing books to this one customer. And the reason we do that is because let's just assume your first few books are bad books, as in they don't sell. All right, but we keep publishing to the same customer. What are you going to do? You're going to run out of ideas, right? Because it's just to the same customer. Well, that's the whole point. Now you're constrained to the customer. You have to try different angles to try and convince that customer to buy. And by trying different angles, you then reveal what a good book is, because eventually one of those angles that you use, they'd be like, yeah. So for example, if this was a book for seniors, for example, and you did here, activity book, you did a word search, you did a journal, you did a trivia, and the trivia sells, now you know that trivia books are considered good books, and then you can do loads of different trivia books. You can go one deeper than this. Let's just say all your books, you start off with just trivia books. You do a trivia book for senior women. You do a trivia book for senior men. You do a trivia book with memory games. You do a trivia book with journaling. You do a trivia book with Sudoku or something like that. And that one sells. Now it gives you a clue. You see what I mean? So you just decrease your variables so you can test different books, and therefore you become better at testing books and you become better at creating books that actually sell. I hope I didn't lose you. Long story short, the way I teach my students is literally that you pick one customer and you just keep publishing to that one customer. That's it. That's said differently. That's said short. And that's exactly what I teach in my program. I'll leave a link below. And that's exactly why my students are able to make sales, because they got this system here that fits around their busy lives, and it's very, very effective to making books that actually sell. Thanks for watching, guys. Give me a little like if that made sense. I hope it made sense. And subscribe for more videos like this. I look forward to seeing the next one. Cheers.